Tidy a little bit. Hello fellow Hot Wheels collectors and toy car collectors. I haven't been to any car boot sales, so I've found very little, but I have found some stuff. Anyway, first of all, a load of Matchbox. First of all, we have the 51 Hudson Hornet in police colours. Really happy to find this one. Absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous car. I think these came from a Poundland a while back. Like I say, I've just been sitting on them for the past couple of months, well, past couple of weeks, because I just haven't had very much content. Next we have Heavy Railer, second colour. So the first colouring was red. This is now in blue. Very nice blue indeed. It's actually quite a nice colour, that. The blue matches sort of like the Alaskan Railroad sort of colours, which is quite nice. Next we have the Ford GT40, a Race Groove's favourite, most definitely. Always got to mention him. He's probably picked up 10, 15 of these maybe. If he spots them in sort of like somewhere, he picks one up just for the sheer hell of it. Next we have the MBX moving van, and I can tell you this one is quite a peg hanger, as well as the TV, the newer TV machine. This one's rather nice though. I do like the moving van, especially the USA ones, because they're a lot more boxier than the UK ones. The UK ones are rounder, these ones are all square and boxy. Next we have the Toyota Prius Taxi. I passed this one up a while ago, but I thought now's the time to grab one, because why not? I say, unfortunately not quite the peg hanger, but certainly was. And this one's certainly a peg hanger as well. It's the Zamboni Ice Resurfacing Machine Resurface Deglace. I don't know if that's international language, but yeah. I've been passing this one up. I think this one was featured on Dumb and Dumber number 2, which was a very silly film, because once they trashed the Muttmobile, which I'm surprised they haven't done yet, because that would be an interesting thing to do for the retro entertainment. Hot Wheels, call me. Yeah. Well, not Hot Wheels, Mattel rather. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see that one. Not really a kids sort of film, but then again, I suppose some of the stuff they do produce isn't really meant for kids. Anyway, let's move on to the loosies. The loose stuff. First of all, we have Impavido 1 in a lovely silver, not Zamac, because it's shiny. Zamac is usually sort of like rough metal. This is shiny. This has been lacquered. And also as well, yes, Circle Flame logo. It's a treasure hunt, except for it's not, because the base code has B27, which B is not that old, but certainly quite old. Next we have Power Bomb. Didn't have this model, which was rather interesting. Oh, interesting looking. Metal base, so very cool model. All green and really weird looking, I like. Next we have a Matchbox. This actually took me by surprise. I thought, oh, it's a Motor Max or a Suzuki. But nope, it's a Dodge Charger DCC 2005 in absolutely hideous lime green, which I love. I love horrible lime green cars. Really nice colours indeed. Next we have Rogue Hog. This one's really interesting. Not that uncommon either. It's been around, but not one you see very often. I think they've not stopped the casting, but it's just slow production because they got newer ones. Oh, and I haven't found any new Hot Wheels cars. Since Toys R Us has gone, I'm pretty much basically now just saying nope. Tesco's, I don't bother with anymore. Sainsbury's, hit and miss, it depends, but they're usually quite expensive. Try to think. Asda, no chance. I went round there, all they had was Matchbox. They did have the 50th anniversary set of the Zamac of Hot Wheels, but they're expensive. They're like about £3-4 each. And I thought, no chance. And I only had 2 models there anyway, mostly the peg hanger ones. But yeah, next we have Shell Shock. Really cool model. Brand new. Oh, hello. My computer glitched then. Oh well. Yeah. Brand new for 2007, this one. So I have the variations. Yeah, variations is sort of like they would recolour it. They do that nowadays, but back in the day I thought, oh, it's a new model. It has to be, because look, it's got the same code, but it's a different colour. Next we have this one, which is the Land Rover 90. This came from a antique shop. Really minty condition. The guy who usually sells a lot of like toy cars there, he's actually moved into another area. And I don't blame him, the floor where he was a bit precarious. Back to the charity shop find, we have the 69 Pontiac GTO in lovely gold. Had a sticker on the top at one stage or another, which thankfully came off really beautifully. So just a bit of water and a nice bit of scrubbing, doesn't damage it at all. Really beautiful car. Next we have roll cage, minus the wheel on the rear. I might already have this one. This one looks very familiar. I just grabbed it because I thought, oh, I don't have that one. Or do I? Like I say, I sometimes do that. I grab the car, but if I grab it, they're cheap enough, so I just redonate it. Like I say, I'm not too picky. Next we have Quambi. Now, you may be thinking, that's not Quambi. It is to me when this first came out in 2007. I think this was a licensed VW model as well. I seem to remember it being licensed by Volkswagen, hence the name Quambi. Really cool model. Doesn't say that on the base, however. You just got made in Thailand, F12 or 23 or 32 case and Mattel logo. And it just says B52 East. So maybe it's supposed to say Beast, but in a code. It's right in the corner there. Really weird, but still kind of unique. Next we have a Ferrari. It's the 512S from Corgi Juniors with their Whiz Wheels line. Again, these are actually quite hard to find nowadays, because they were pretty much a case of these were the competitors to Hot Wheels. Hot Wheels actually sued because some of these actually come with Spectraflame paint, which Mattel had patented or had copyrighted as like that was their paint, so nobody else could use it. Corgi used it and they sued, and that's why the metallic ones of those are actually quite rare. Next we have the Cadillac LMP. Very nice model indeed, this one. Beautiful white, black basic. Not often you see this one anymore, but I suppose because it's a light casting and it's by Cadillac, so they don't really mind, it's still in date. One that you don't see anymore at all, MX-48 Turbo. This one is a really rare model nowadays. It's like most 90s cars. I think once they were made so many times, it just got to the point where, you don't really care anymore. It's like a case of, oh, they've made like tens of hundreds of thousands of that model, recolouring it, giving different body styles and stuff, so I don't really care. Corgi Juniors, Formula 1 racer. Now this one, it looks like it's the Weetabix one, but it's actually in a creamy colour. Actually in a very creamy colour. It's not the Weetabix. The Weetabix was a pure yellow, and you may think, oh, it's just someone's smoked on it a lot, but no, it is actually that colour. It's probably sort of like the Weetabix one was a mail-in special, and this was the mainline one. Next we have Nightburner. I have seen the new model of this in a 5-pack. It still has the little blowy bit on the back for sort of like spinning the fan, which does work. I am actually amazed that they kept that in there, because that means someone has to put that piece in. Unless they've got a machine that does that, but if so, it would have to be like that sideways, and that's not very easy to do, because in which case the fan might fall off and break when they put the moulding in. But either way, cool to see. Next we have a Nissan 300ZX, one that I didn't have. Very common model of the 90s, this from Matchbox, with these gold wheels which are really cool looking. Really nice car. Next we have another Matchbox. This is a Porsche Boxster. Not my favourite model. I don't like Porsches. I'm more sort of like the weird Porsche guy, the one that likes the 914, the 298 and the 944, that sort of Porsche. The original 911 and the 928, yeah, they're okay, but they're a bit pricey and out of my price range. Next we have a 65 Corvette, which is absolutely gorgeous in lovely green. And number 5 on the side, absolutely really nice car. Nice to have. Next we have Nitro Scorcher in red, white and blue. Well, blue and white. There's a slight tiny hint of red in there, but not really much. Real nice model. And then finally we have Airport Express. We have the City Bus from Matchbox. A very cool, popular little model. Very basic indeed. Just a cool little model to have. And that is officially it. That is all the toy cars I have got. Thank you very much for watching. Like I say, I haven't been to any car boot sales because there just haven't been any because of the weather. Anyway, see you next time and keep collecting.